All right. Hello, hello, hello. It's happening. So excited to be here with all of you. Welcome to our first official hot seat and laser coaching call. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Gerda. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Jill Stein. Hi, Carolyn Hopper. Hi, Cindy. All right, as you guys are popping on, just say hello and one word of how it feels to have done your videos.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Sage.
How did it feel to bust out those amazing videos?
Felt great.
It's fun.
Powerful.
Yay.
Awesome. Awkward.
Awkward, powerful. You mean it's the full human experience?
Yep.
Welcome to Doing Business, right? Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, beautiful. All right. As you guys are hopping on, let's just all land here. Hi, Kia. Hi, Nancy. Taking a deep breath and letting yourself land on the first official Q&A laser coaching call of this leverage journey that we are on. So excited to be here with you. This month is all about master planning. This month is all about really getting to the front side of your planning so that you can start to actually, instead of just throwing spaghetti at the wall, you can start to actually intentionally create results in your business. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you go out and get 100 clients overnight. But what that means is that you start to really gather your energy. You start to be intentional. You start to be deliberate. You start to walk through the world like an entrepreneur who is really considering who she wants to serve and who she's here to be and what kind of a program she wants to have so that she can leverage her time and so that you can experience the schedule and the impact and the income that you've been waiting for. So give each other a big wahoo for being here, committed to rocking your business this year. Just unmute yourselves and give yourselves a big wahoo. Beautiful. And then now that are you noticing that you recognize some people a little bit more intimately after watching the videos? Are you guys noticing that? The video contests are so powerful. We're going to recommend that you do these in your groups as well. And just take a moment to give each other your eyes, turn on your cameras and just give each other your eyes and just lean way in and really be with each other. Remember, we're going to dive into strategy today, but remember that it's the collaboration and the community and the being with that really buoys us to implement the strategies that sometimes make us uncomfortable. So giving each other a little nod and just sharing your eyes and just a little nod for all the courage it took to take all the action steps you've taken in the last week and the last month to make those videos. For some of you to post those videos was a big deal. And for some of you, you're putting yourself out there in a big, big, big way right now. So give yourselves a kiss. Mwah, mwah. You got this. Your clients are waiting for you. You got this. You got this. You got this. You were called here for a reason. And let's dive in. I'm really excited to get you more support on really getting your plan dialed in. So last week we talked a lot about what it really looks like to build a business that's leveraged. We talked about the 3 components of business, right? Remember this little guy? We talked about how you're always, every week, you're focusing on where are the clients coming from? How do I get more discovery sessions in my calendar? We talked about how do I keep mastering the enrollment conversation? How do I keep skilling up at getting intimate with potential clients and inviting them into my world? And then how do I take such amazing care of my clients that they want to stick around? Not just for the first week or month of my program, but for months and for many of us, even for years. So I have just a few announcements and then we have a video winner to announce. All right, a couple announcements. Tomorrow, I'm doing an extra special bonus call to help you clarify your message and take your message to the next level. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the state of the digital marketing industry and micro niching and really doing some niche coaching with you guys and the Entrepreneurial Leadership Academy crew both. We'll take some from both groups. And we'll be doing some coaching on really how to make sure your message stands out and how to make sure that it matches a need in the industry that people will invest in. And then next week, you have your first official mastermind call. And that call is where you're going to get a lot of time to interact with other students and be in small groups and small classrooms and practice the skills. Please make a note that we have to hop over to a different line. It's not a Zoom line like this. It's an audio conference call line, because that is the least glitchy system we've found to put you guys in small classrooms. Does that make sense? So just be prepared. Next week, you're going to be hopping over to a different call line. And then the last announcement that I have is that we're still missing our program coaching survey from a bunch of you who have not been assigned your coach yet. And if you do not yet have a coach assigned for Leverage, it's probably because you haven't done this small step on your welcome page of going to step number 5. And on step number 5, you'll see, right? Step number 5 talks all about your one-on-one coaching, your 10 sessions. And right here, there's a live link that says, click here to submit. It's nice and big and underlined for you. All you have to do is fill out a short coaching survey there. It's only a one-time deal. You just fill that out once and you'll get assigned your coach for the entire year. So please be sure to do that. And then wanted to let you know that our room block for the July retreat is already over half full. So we want you guys to be in the extra special, beautiful rooms that we've reserved for you. So be sure to go grab your room at 1440 if you haven't already. Last thing, I have my favorite ever book. Do you guys know what it is? My favorite book that I like to recommend at the beginning of these programs for mindset. Did I recommend it last time? Did I recommend it last week? Did I recommend it last year? What's the book? Who knows it? Who's got it? Top of mind.
The Art of War. War of Art? Art of War.
It is the dun dun da da Art of War. No, War of Art.
War of Art.
Yes. Thank you. All right, I'm pulling it up for you guys. Did I talk about it last week? Remind me.
No, you did not.
You just mentioned it.
Yeah, I really am gonna invite you guys to go get it. It is right here. Dun dun da da, this one. I pulled it up and then it disappeared. Does that ever happen to you? So this book is, I believe I've read like a godzillion books, I'm sure you have too, on leadership and mindset and how to be successful in life. And this is by far my favorite. It's a series of short vignettes on how to not let your inner critic and your inner resistance stop you. Because that's one of the biggest things we're up against this year. We're gonna give you strategies all year long. But if you're doubting yourself, if you're not trained on how to walk through resistance, right? That's what's going to end up getting in your way. So go grab the book, listen to it, keep it by your bed. If you have not read this, total game changer. It's just a series of short little vignettes on stories and mindset tools and the science behind why our resistance is actually true north. Right? Like many of us run up against resistance and we slow down and we pull back. But the game changer here is to actually realize that when there is resistance, it's actually calling us toward it. Like the very thing we're resistant to is actually the thing that our soul is meant to bring to the world. And it's such a mind shift. And since I started practicing this as a spiritual practice, that when I was really resistant to something, or if somebody really bugged me, like if somebody really irritated me and bugged me, I actually decided to seek them out and have a conversation with them, and I'd get some mind-blowing piece of advice. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about right now, right? It's like letting this business be our spiritual teacher, letting it guide us, letting the thing that we're most afraid to do be the thing that we open up our hearts into and go running toward like a crazy woman. When we're willing to stop worrying about what other people think, Stop comparing ourselves to other people in the program. Stop telling ourselves that we are already behind, because you're not. We just started last week. Nobody's behind. That's when like amazing results are possible. So I am excited to get that book in your hands. Let us know how you like it. And I want to give a little shout out to a couple of women for rocking the video contest. And really what I should say is I want to give a shout out to a big, huge handful of women. Raise your hand if you made a video. Raise your hand if it felt good to get the feedback. Raise your hand if anybody said anything nice about you at all. Oh, good. So raise your hand if you didn't yet have a chance to make a video, but you are recommitting to getting that done this week. Awesome. Beautiful. I'd say absolutely get it done this week. The contest is officially wrapped up today, but you never know. We sometimes do flash prizes. But the real purpose of making that video is to really claim your mission, your essence, and your message in this tribe and for your future clients. The real purpose of that video is getting the feedback from the women in this community. And you have all month long to make those videos. But I would recommend that you not wait until the end of the month, because, right, like that's kind of what we tend to do. Just notice, right? When did you get the video done? For those of you that were on the call last week, when did you get it done? Did you get it done right away? Did you schedule it in your calendar? I'm just being a coach right now. This is not an excuse for you to beat up on yourself. This is just an excuse for noticing, right? Because you are all walking into having a leveraged business this year. So we're going to consistently be helping you self-reflect. Just notice, when did you get it done? Did you get it done in the final hour, right? And for some of you, maybe you were on the call last week and you haven't gotten it done yet, right? Just notice. Again, it's just information. And the more we can make that information and not an excuse to be bullying or critical of ourselves, the more we can actually eat feedback for breakfast from ourselves and keep growing into the leverage leaders that we're becoming. But I do want to congratulate from the depths of my heart every single one of you for making a video, because I had a blast watching them over the last few days. They're articulate, they're powerful, they're magnetic. And I'd say at least 70 or 80% of those videos can pretty much be used on your own Facebook pages to drum up discovery sessions. And just give me a little nod or a little wahoo if you noticed there's some freaking strong women in this group this year.
Yes.
Like, by the way, hello, like, by the way, this is a group that's not going to let you play small this year. Like, don't know if you noticed, but you guys are on fire. So we as a team had a very hard time, as we always do, choosing winners. But we found a video that we decided was a winner. And we also decided, we also found a video that is kind of like a runner-up that we want to use as teaching and feedback. So I'm wondering if Kate Duffy is here. She's the runner-up. Let's give her a wahoo. All right, are you here, Kate?
Yep, I'm here.
Do I have permission to show your video and give you a little bit of feedback?
Sure.
Awesome. There's some really strong things about this video. Let's see, can you guys see this okay? Some of you guys have already seen this.
Okay, leaning in to that uncomfortableness.
Here we go.
Addiction into recovery is to uncover the lie that is addiction. So my essence is telling the truth. Tell the truth of what's going on. And the best person to tell the truth to a family with struggling is someone who's been there before. Because we see
I can't hear it, Sage.
I know. I can't make it any louder. My speakers are broken. So I'm just going to tell you what she's saying. So she's talking about what it's like to be, to have an addiction and how the reptilian brain, did you guys notice how she pointed back here, right? She points back here to the reptilian brain, and she talks about how, right, when we're letting our addiction run us, we're coming from our reptilian brain. And then she brings it up here, right, to the frontal lobe, and she's using her hands to describe. And she's really speaking the addict's language. And that's what I really wanted to point out. If you have not done potential client interviews, if you haven't had some powwows with your clients in a while. It's one of the reasons why I always maintain a handful of clients that I'm coaching privately, because I'm a better coach in a group when I have a handful of clients that I'm tracking privately. Does that make sense? Because I remember exactly what it's like to be building. I remember what the language, what's the language that my clients are using who are just, you know, getting their businesses to the 6 and multi-6 figures. So for every single one of you, just a reminder to do what Kate did and be intimate with your language. Kate, I've got one tip that'll make this even more strong for you.
Great.
And that is, I want to invite you to speak using the word you. And some of you did this really effectively and some of you didn't.
Me or you? You.
You. Use the word you in your videos, right? When you are struggling with an addiction, you might be thinking this about yourself. You might be struggling with this in your hearts. You may find yourself in these kinds of interactions, right? But the more that you guys can use you in your marketing, remember, write this down, connection is currency. You guys are all ready to ramp up your marketing this year. You're ready to rock your 5 funnels. You're ready to get to the front side of your launch plans. You're ready to actually have enough things going on the calendar so that you can fill a group program. You guys are going to be filling 2-day events and 3-day events this year. You're going to be doing that, right? You're going to be doing some version of that. You all are. And in order for that to go smoothly for you, like one of the hottest things that you can do is get as intimate as you can with your potential clients. Get a little bit naked in front of them. Tell them what you're afraid of. Tell them what you stand for. Tell them what you know they might be thinking, right, about their own journey. And Kate, very strong video. Can we give her a big kiss? Mwah, mwah. All right, let's see if we can share the winner. You guys, drum roll, please. The winner is, dun, 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 Sandra Lewis. Yay, Sandra.
Psychologist and personal energy strategist for women professionals who are exhausted and overwhelmed, feeling like it's taking them twice as long to half as much. Emotional and physical fatigue are draining their confidence and their love and their passion for the impact that they really want to have in the world.
I love that line, emotional and spiritual fatigue. I can't remember exactly what she said. Emotional and spiritual fatigue are draining the passion for the impact they want to have in the world. What a perfect description of what some of us go through, right? She knows her clients so fully.
To renew their bodies, minds, and spirits, reconnect to their passion, and bring their best to the people and projects that really matter.
Here's what I love.
There's plenty of data which shows that when we are thriving as women, we share the wealth with our communities, that we are in positions of power in an organization, those organizations are more effective. Or if in an African tradition, we might hear someone say that we heal a woman, we heal a nation.
We heal a woman, we heal a nation.
When women are thriving, we have a better
So
world.
powerful.
But what makes me say, this feels right, is witnessing women stand in the strength of their purpose, building a world powered by collaboration.
Woo! The commitment and the clarity, the certainty with which Sandra delivered her video was really top notch. If you haven't actually listened to the whole thing, I recommend going back and listening to it. And I also really appreciated, Sandra, where are you? Are you here?
I'm right here.
There you are, girlfriend. My screen gets so big, sometimes I have to toggle over.
Oh.
So what I really also appreciated was the way you described the how, right? You didn't lead with the how, you didn't lead with the process that you use, but you said the way that we do that is, and then you mentioned some proven processes that you take people through. Can you remember exactly what you said? Something?
Yes, that using ancient wisdom science and evidence-based strategies, I teach women to change this
Yes.
from this and
Yes. Yes, so I really liked the mixture of, raise your hand if you are going to be bringing spirituality into your work. Okay, so This is a very important video to watch and study because Sandra did such a really grounded job of bringing in languaging like, you know, we're going to be using ancient wisdom strategies, right? Combined with proven, what was that other phrase you used?
Research-based or evidence-based?
Research-based or evidence-based strategies, right? So she's really juxtaposing the spiritual with the proven. And when you are bringing spiritual work into the world, what we found is that it really sticks and it really lands when people can feel that you're grounded. You're not, you know, up in the woo-woo field all the time, right? That you're bringing both the proven and the metaphysical, and you're not leading with you're not leading with a modality, but you're leaving some suspense, right? I mean, when Sandra says one of the ways that we support women is by training them in evidence-based strategies to help them blah, 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 reclaim their passion, live it in the world, raise your hand if that leaves you kind of curious about what those evidence-based strategies are, right? So this is a super hot tip right now. Give your strategies and processes like a name, like a term, right? You can say, I'm going to be teaching you the, you know, one of the things we do is I get my clients a stress reduction toolbox, or I get my clients a proven, you know, a list of proven marketing strategies specifically for women, right? You hear me doing it all the time. That's not accidental that we do that. Every single one of you can do that. Is this making sense? Are you guys tracking with me? Name your processes and strategies. When you're talking about the processes and strategies that you use, give them a title, give them a descriptor, right? Leave a little bit of suspense to build that curiosity so that people really understand, like, there's a whole process behind what she's doing. She's treating herself like a professional. She's standing in a body of knowledge that's not just a quick fix. All right, is this helpful? When you guys do that, it's going to help you really build suspense around the processes and tools and strategies. The toolbox, you know, and you can use all those names: proven recipes, strategies, toolbox. All those titles are going to be super hot. All right, so Sandra, I'm really looking forward to getting you a hot seat coaching session, like an official hot seat coaching session with myself and at least one or two of the other coaches. It'll be like a 10-minute laser coaching session on you at the retreat this summer. And in the meantime, we're continuing to be here to support you. So let's give Sandra a kiss. Mwah. How did it feel to rock that video?
Oh, it felt good. I said to someone, I had to kind of birth it. I had to wait for the words and I had to feel it. And I kind of wrote it and I kept working with it until it felt right. And then it came.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys, it's all about alignment. It's all about you getting really aligned with what you're saying. It's not just about the words. It's about you actually being the words, being in your truth, sharing the things, sharing stuff with the video camera in the same way you would share it with a friend if you were just ranting on the phone. You were just, you know, guard down, being completely yourself. That is what's so compelling these days. Give Sandra one more kiss. Mwah. Really, really powerful. So excited to support all of you guys this year. Again, super hard decision to choose a winner because really, like, almost every single video could have been the winner. All right. Keep making videos if you haven't already. Get those made this week so that you can get the feedback from your sisters. And then for the love of the goddess, please, will you please pay attention to what people say about you. Don't just gloss over it. Don't just forget to read it. Don't just be too busy. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. I'm just too busy to go back and check the comments under my video, right? Like if somebody said you were impressive, if somebody said that you were, you know, a powerful feminine leader, write it down, put it on Post-it notes, put it next to your computer. Like, this is a part of what we're laying the framework for at the beginning of this course, is for you to start believing that you are the woman who's being called to bring this message. And then pay attention to what we're doing here, because doing videos and posts in the first 30 days of a group program is one of the hottest engagement strategies you can employ in your group programs. Why do you think that is? Who has an idea? Why is it super hot to do video, or, you know, post a photo of you, post a video of you, you know, go comment on 3 of your fellow students' posts? Why do you guys think that's super hot? Lisa, what do you got? Oh, Lisa, Lisa Stamper, we accidentally muted you.
Create more connection and tribe.
Yes, it creates connection and tribe. Exactly. Is that what you were going to say, Lisa Gillette? You want to add?
It just shows you and your vulnerability as a coach and a business owner, and that engagement when you can show with people that I've been where you are and I was able to follow through and get that much further along and let me support you on this journey.
Yes.
That's just engagement.
100%. Kira, did you have anything to add?
Well, to be seen as who you are, because that's where your client really decides that they want to work with you, is when they see who you are, and that's what they're attracted to.
Yes. And when you guys have your own group program, I just want to add to this 100% to every single one of you. When you guys have your own group program and your clients are posting a quick video about themselves or a quick photo about themselves, and they get that immediate visibility and they feel seen, they feel like, oh my gosh, I've been seen in this group for who I am. People are actually seeing me and welcoming me for who I am. Do you guys think it's going to increase or decrease your like retention and engagement? It's like through the roof, right? We have one of the highest retention rates of a year-long group program. I mean, when I speak at Jeff Walker's group, they've asked me to speak on why my retention is so high at Women Rocking Business, and I teach this strategy, right? Because you guys actually get to know each other. You're a part of the community in a whole different level when you're actually engaged, and you want to do it soon. When you guys launch your group programs, you guys want to do a quick post of video, a quick post of photo of you within the first couple weeks. And here's a little hint, depending on who your clients are, not all your clients might be comfortable posting videos, right? You guys are business clients. So you guys are for sure, you guys need to be pushed to post videos whether you're comfortable or not. But for some of you, you guys that might be working with people where they'd be more comfortable posting a photo and acknowledging each other's photos, or post a photo and an inspirational quote. It doesn't actually matter how you do it. It's about getting your clients seen and really landed in your program. Is this helpful? All right, awesome. So as you guys are planning out your launch plans this year, you've got a little work to do with your coach over the next couple of coaching sessions, right? We want to know, are you launching a group program? Raise your hand if you are. Cool. We want to know, and raise your hand if you are really looking to fill your practice. High level paying clients. Awesome. Whether it's a group program or not, right? And then we want to know, what is the date, right? But when that group program is starting, what are you thinking about in terms of a date? We want to know, what are the 5 different ways that people can find their way into that group program, right? Are you going to do a live event? Are you going to do a series of speaking engagements? Are you going to do some videos on Facebook? Are you going to start a Facebook group? All right. Next month, we're going to be talking a lot about how to do everything with social media and how to do Facebook challenges and how to really get engagement on social media, and how to turn turn participants from people who are just watching some videos of you into somebody who's really warm and ready to talk to you on the phone about jumping in your program. And for those of you that are hot to trot and you wanted that information yesterday, all of it's ready. It's waiting for you in the library. We gave you access to last year's trainings calls. So just head over into the library. It's there, it's waiting for you. And we're also going to be holding your hand this year and walking you through the content 1 month at a time. So you can really go at your own pace. I really recommend that you don't feel rushed by this program. This is your work. This is your job, to not feel like you have to do everything at once and to not feel rushed. Your job is to just calmly say, right, can I do a couple of evening speaking engagements each month? A great strategy for many of you is to every month consider doing 1 speaking engagement that you promote, that you help put butts in seats, you fill, and then every month you try to get in front of a group that's already gathered, right? Like you're calling meetup groups, you're calling day spas, you're calling, chiropractor clinics, and you're calling therapy offices, and you're calling networking groups, and you're getting in front of a group that's already gathered. So you're not trying to fill 2 groups a month yourself. Does that make sense? That's a really great starting place. I'm going to speak a couple times a month. Once a month, I'm going to speak to an existing group. Once a month, I'm going to do an evening speaking engagement that I fill myself. And then in addition to that, you start adding in the online videos, launching your Facebook group, starting to put together a webinar if that turns you on, to really be thinking about, out of those 5 things that I'm going to do to get people into my group program, which ones feel like the easiest and the most accessible to me, and then make those decisions with your private coach. And I'm here to help you make those decisions today as well. So over the next 30 days or so, and by the wealth retreat, we're going to be really holding you guys to the expectation that you've all chosen a plan within the next 6 to 8 weeks tops. You don't have to do it today, but some of you guys are ready to go, and we are here with you, ushering you along if you're ready to go that fast. Audrey, did you have a question?
I wanted to know what is the training that has that thing that you were saying, that how to fill your, I wanted to know the name of the bonus.
Which how to fill what? How to fill your live event, or how to fill your social media stuff?
Your practice with how to fill your practice. You were just saying that if you want this, it's on the bonus.
Yeah. So if you head over to the library in your client membership site, right? This is the client membership site. If you head over to the library, you're going to find that you can go quickly. For those of you that want to go quickly, right? I would recommend that you go start listening to some of these calls. Many of them are on video. The video will pop open as soon as you open it up. Right? You can go learn about how to do your Facebook Lives, how to use Facebook to get clients. You can come over here. You can learn about how to put webinars together, right? You can come over here. You can learn about how to really build out your program if you don't have a program yet, right? And so the really critical invitation right now to every single one of you is to not go into that library and think you need to listen to everything this week. It's there for you all year long. Say that with me, all year long, right? But for those of you that are like, how do I do this? How do I do that? For many of those questions, the answer is literally at your fingertips waiting for you. Is that helpful, Audrey? That's what I was trying to say. Awesome. Good, good. Thanks for helping me clarify. So let's dive in. I want to answer any and all of your questions regarding your 5 funnels, filling your group programs, your live events, all of the planning, all of the thinking that you've been doing in your head over the last week. I'm sure none of you have been doing any thinking about your business at all. I can feel I can sometimes feel your wheels spinning when I'm just tapping into you on the Facebook pages. I love it. So I'm here to support you. Let's do some laser hot seats. Remember that sometimes you're going to get the biggest piece of clarity from somebody else's question. And as you're really feeling into what is your most important question to ask, to really ask yourself, what is the biggest gap I have in my business right now? And how can I have Sage help me with just that? All right, let's start with Ellen. What you got?
I probably rushed things. I have 3 paying clients, but 1 got sick, and the one I only offered 6 sessions for $397, and the one client that's coming, the other one's coming later. She is coming up to her last session, and she really wants to join my group program, which is 3 months, Summer of Love, I've called it. And I have great posters out for it, but she's the only one. But she's given me all this energy to try and get more people, because even if I just had 4, I would do it.
I love it. I love it. So remember, what's the fastest way, pop quiz for the whole group, what's the very fastest way to get very hot leads for discovery sessions?
Speaking.
Talking.
Yep. 2-hour speaking gigs. So I would book a couple 2-hour speaking gigs in the next month or so.
Okay, I've got 2 coming up, but only 2 people have signed up.
So that's your work.
Yeah.
Get people to those speaking gigs.
And how do I do that again?
Where are you going to do them?
Well, I have a little hall that I rent that my husband uses for theater, and it's cheap.
Awesome. And you are, remind me, Ellen, you're helping people find love, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. What's the name of your speaking gig?
Well, my sort of business name now is It's Raining Soulmates, and I have a poster with that hearts raining.
It's Raining Soulmates. That's so cute.
So the posters attracted a lot of people, and my program is called Summer of Love. So I haven't really put a title on my speaking events other than It's Raining Soulmates, which seems to get people interested.
Mm-hmm. Raining Soulmates is definitely a great subtitle. I don't know if it's a great signature talk title. I think we might be able to do better. I mean, something as simple as, right, like the 3 steps to magnetize your soulmate is definitely effective.
Okay. I do have a circle on the poster that says 3 steps to move from magical thinking to your worthy life partner. And
see, that's going to be a little bit wordy and metaphorical. So remember, this is true for every single one of you. Your top marketing, you guys, has got to be simple, 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 attention grabbing, right? It's not about getting super creative with your top marketing. Does that make sense? Because what we're doing here when we're talking about top marketing is all we care about is grabbing people's attention. Once we have their attention, you can get metaphorical, you can get creative, but we are living in a time of information overload, right? And that's part of why you hired me, is to help orient you to what gets people attention online. And we need it to pop, right? Because as soon as I hear you say the term magical thinking, you've lost me a little bit, right? Because I'm like, nah, I'm not even sure what that means. I'm over here busy complaining to my friends, when is my guy gonna show up, right? When is my partner gonna show up, right? Or when is my person gonna show up, right? So we want something really simple. Tell me the second part of that again.
To your worthy life partner. Moving from magical thinking to your worthy life partner.
3 keys to attracting your life partner.
Yeah.
That's I'm seeing people nodding, because see, we need a short, 6 or 7 word sentence or less, as few words as possible, that's just going to grab people's attention and go, oh yeah, I do want that. I wonder what she has to say. That's our goal, right? That somebody gives us their attention long enough to go, oh yeah, I do want a life partner. There is that one thing that I haven't created yet, right? Or I lost my life partner a couple years ago, right? Like to addiction or to death or whatever, right? Like they go away and then we want another one, right?
So even take worthy out, just 3
yes.
keys to your life partner.
Yes, 3 keys to attract your life partner.
Okay.
Or 3 keys to attract lifelong partnership. Do you guys like that better? Life partner, lifelong partnership. I think lifelong partnership. Yeah. 3 keys to attract lifelong partnership.
And with the posters that are already up, just leave them up.
Oh, you can leave them. Totally. You don't have to go gather them up. Yeah, but change the marketing when you post it on Craigslist, when you post it in your local paper, when you have your friends invite their friends. Right? And that would be a reason to approach like a day spa or a hair salon or a place where women hang out in your community and see if you could do your talk there so that you could tap into that audience. Okay. And then go back through the VIP day, butts in seats handout. And that's going to remind you of all those things about making your event a Facebook event and right? Getting on the phone with a few people and asking them to come and bring a friend, right? It's going to give you that whole cheat sheet of all the things you can do to help you fill these 2-hour speaking gigs. That is your work over the next couple weeks. I see a full program for you.
Thank you.
And next time you launch this program, I'd like to see it be a 6-month program.
Yes.
Because 3 months is like just barely enough time. And then you've got to go fill another program and you haven't gotten to make as big of a difference in the lives of these clients. So, you know, and perhaps you could even pivot right now and just make it a 6-month program.
And if I do it in September, say I do one in September, can I start marketing it now, even though if I only do the 3-month now, then I can start marketing now for September, right?
Absolutely. But now you're talking about filling 2 programs.
Yeah.
I'm curious if do you happen to be someone who likes to sometimes make like a little bit of extra work for yourself? Do you ever do that?
I think so.
A little bit.
With creative stuff, I've got
I know I used to be guilty of that. It took me a lot of training to start to go, oh, wait, I really need to learn how to feed 3 birds with 1 scone here, right?
Yes.
So if I were you, Ellen, I would actually push back your start date to July. So you had a couple of months to fill this and just have it be a 6-month program for $297 or $397 a month.
But I have to change the title from Summer of Love then.
No, you don't.
No? Okay. And I've got a poster with the sort of I found online on stock.
That's great. That's great. But can I is it okay if I point something out to the entire group?
Convertible.
Is it okay if I coach you
What's
on
that?
behalf? Is it okay if I coach you on behalf of the entire group?
Yes.
I just really
Yes.
want to shine the light on, like, this is what we do. This is what I use. This is what I still sometimes catch myself doing. We'll create something and it's not actually, maybe it's not totally optimized. You guys, this is going to happen with my TEDx talk, by the way. My TEDx talk, when it comes out, I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but when I got to Iowa to do my TEDx talk, I had done all the research, okay? I had done all the research. I had looked at last year's videos of that TEDx stage. It was in like a beautiful auditorium with a black kite pin drape curtain. Well, when I got to Iowa to do my TEDx talk, guess what? They had moved the event into a cafeteria. I was standing on a stage that was 4 feet wide and 4 inches tall, surrounded by cafeteria tables and pictures of Iowa tractors on the back wall. No, I'm not even joking. So are you picking up what I'm laying down? Like when that TEDx talk comes out, I was thinking to myself, I need to get it taken down. I can't have myself looking like that on the internet. And then I have to realize, like, no, it's not about that. It's not about going and fixing things. It's not about going backwards. It's about going forwards and being willing to pivot, right? Am I going to go land myself a second TEDx talk? Hell yes. Am I going to take that one down? Why would I? It's just more content on the internet, right? Why would you take your flyers down? It's just more signs out in the world pointing to you. But don't let that thing, that flyer that you made or that image that you came up with, occupy your consciousness. Here's the thing about these businesses, you guys, we cannot get attached to the things we create. We are like a small performance troupe, and we are always getting new information about what works. And as we get new information, it's going to be critical this year and all year long that you guys are willing to pivot. Write it down, pivot. You will be making lots of pivots, right? In order to really be successful, especially when we start talking about social media and Facebook groups, right? The coaches and I we're going to be throwing things at you all year long, things that you could be doing. And you're going to consistently be asking yourself, like, okay, which of those strategies is going to work for me? How quickly am I willing to just implement a new strategy and see if it works? This is how these businesses go. We just put stuff out there and we see what people respond to and what they don't respond to. And as soon as they're responding and asking questions, now you're in a conversation, and that's what you're looking to create, right? Is this helpful? Is this making sense? Don't get too attached to what you've done in the past. Be willing to keep reinventing and trying new things. And when something starts to work, hang on to it. Ellen, back to you. And again, thank you for letting me coach the whole group on your behalf.
Thank you so much. I'm just wondering about what I do with that one client that's keen. Like, do I offer her another 6 sessions before the group?
Yeah, you can fill in the gap with private coaching. Okay. And let her know, I just need a little bit more time to get the group together because everything's moving so quickly for me right now. Just be honest. It's very exciting. And ask her who she knows that might want to be in the group.
She has one friend that,
and have her invite those people to your signature talks.
Okay.
I'm excited for you. And all of these women are going to be learning to attract and magnetize their lifelong partnership.
Thank you.
Let us know how it's going. Kiss for you. Mwah. All right, Tracy, what you got?
Thanks, Sage. I'm just freaking out right now because I have been speaking for a few months and enrolling like a new patient every week in my 6-month program. It's averaged that for about 10 weeks. And so I've realized I actually have to leave my JOB, which is my hospital.
Oh my gosh, I feel so sad I feel so sorry for you that you have so many clients that you're just going to have.
It sounds good, I guess, but it all feels so tenuous. So I've realized I have to leave the job because I can't take care of all these
because
people.
One of the things that you do in your world is you help women overcome anxiety. And if you stay at your JOB and try to run a business all at the same time, you're going to be giving yourself a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, and it's like, it is already crazy. I'm spread and I'm like, I can't implement all these marketing things I need to do. But because I'm doing it kind of sooner than I thought it might happen, I'm just right now, today is like one of the freak out days. Other days are excited and into it.
So just real quick, raise your hand if you guys have had a freak out day in the last week. Okay, let's just all take a nice deep breath. Yes, we're going to continue. We are going to continue to cheerlead you through it and train you to be your own cheerleader through it. So how can I support you the most with this? And trust me when I say this is not a reason to stop. This is a really good problem to have. We're going to keep moving you forward. It will not feel like this forever.
Okay, so I think my biggest fear is about continuing to get booked and to get the butts in the seats. My last talk, only 2 people came, which was upsetting. I mean, it was okay. It was still good talk, but so it's very variable. The ones I do myself, I'm not promoting very well. So I'm trying to add more of the tips you've mentioned, like Craigslist, and trying to network more. It's a little hard. I don't live in the town where I'm working. I mean, I don't live in Sacramento. I live nearby. And so I don't have as deep a network here. So I'm trying to grow that. And I don't want to call on my hometown as much. It's a bit of an uncomfortable thing for.
So your question is, how do I make sure to keep getting clients showing up so that I can comfortably step away from my job?
Yeah, exactly. And not like contract from fear about that. And then really.
And how can I just go ahead and get all the way intimate with you right now?
Please.
How much money do you need to feel safe on a monthly basis?
I need 5 new patients a month to feel real good.
Okay. And what is that in dollar amounts?
That is $5,000 per patient. I mean, the program's about $5,500, but I'm offering $500 off if they commit on the call.
And is it $5,500 for 6 months?
Yes.
Great. And so basically that's about what, 800 a month, something like that?
Yes. Yeah. After the deposit, yeah.
It's about 800 a month. And how many, how do you need $8,000 coming in a month? Do you need $12,000 coming in a month?
I need like 20,000 coming in a month.
You need like 20,000 coming in a month.
To replace the hospital income.
To replace the hospital income. And how many patients do you have now?
I mean, I've got pre-existing fee-for-service patients. So I've got a little income from that. And then I've got 10 enrolled now. Not all of them were at that rate, but most of them are at that rate.
So what if you raised your rates to $997 a month? And then you're just going for 20 clients. You're wanting to maintain a 20 client load, and then we get all of those 20 clients into a group program.
Yeah, the whole price of the program or investment is sort of based off my concept of my hourly rate and what I feel like I can. It's like I feel like I'm a little bit stuck.
Are you coming from a therapy model? Is that what's going on?
No, it's like cash physician fee for service.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So more like people doing med management. So it's not, because therapy's like weekly, right? And that's not what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I got some advice from a lawyer at one point that was like, the medical board frowns on you doing anything that's like a program. I'm still doing it, but that it should sort of add up to your.
And the reason I ask is that we've had many clients who come from a naturopathic doctor background, a physician background, a psychotherapist background, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset. The coaching mindset is a different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And to get all the way into the coaching mindset and all the way into the leverage mindset, we start looking at the outcome of the 6-month transformation that you're providing.
Yeah, I get that.
And is that where you're going? Is that where you want to go?
Yeah, and I've certainly, I mean, in the last few months, I upped it from like $3,000 to $5,500. I did.
Awesome.
But
You're doing great.
Scared to do more.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Well, it doesn't really matter. So 5 new clients a month is another way to think about it at $5,500 for the 6 months. That's another way to think about it. I just want to be sure that you're really, as you're selling it, you're really talking about where that person is going to be 6 months from now, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if I really do that. I mean, my enrollment calls go pretty well. I feel like I convert about half of them, but I do feel like I focus less on the outcome and like more on, we're going to find hidden causes. We're going to do this.
That too.
I'm scared to say, like, I don't know if they're going to get better. Like, I don't know that.
You don't have to make that promise.
Yeah. So I just promise something.
For every single one of you that thinks you have to actually promise results for people to hire you, it is like the opposite, right? In our enrollment conversations, we basically say to people, look, we have no guarantee of how successful your business is going to be this year, but we can pretty much guarantee you that without mentorship and coaching and strategies, that it won't grow because that's what we see. It's just the truth, right? Yeah, totally. And so when you meet us halfway, here's the kinds of results we've seen are possible for our clients, our people. But can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. You're closing half your discovery sessions. You already have how many patients on the books?
10 since I started this iteration of speaking.
Since you started this iteration, you already have 10 patients who are like running toward you to work with you. If you keep going at the rate you're going, there's no question in my mind you can replace $20,000 a month. But I'm just curious, what are you most afraid of, my love? Like, I'm a little more interested in you having a breakthrough right now than us getting the exact right strategy, because you can do that with your coaches and we can work on that. Okay, but well, what are you most afraid of?
I mean, I'm not sure, but I know I am afraid of that. When I first started this practice, when I first learned functional medicine, I was like, I'm going to build a practice and it's going to be great. And I'm going to have no trouble getting patients. And I did leave my job and I kept a side job with the hospital in their outpatient program. And it totally was like, in the end, it was sort of traumatic. I got lots of really complicated, difficult patients. I wasn't marketing. So these were the people really looking. And I didn't feel like I was trained enough, and I didn't have a model that was sustainable. And I after like 9 months of that, I went back to my old job. And I know I'm in a different place now, but there's a little trauma around that I'm going to work on. I promised my coach I would work on that. But
what are you most afraid of?
Nobody calling, not getting the leads.
And if you didn't have clients, what would happen then?
Then I would not be able to pay my mortgage, and it would be very bad on my marriage, and it would be overwhelmingly stressful.
And what would be your plan B if you started running out of money?
Probably take my old job back again.
So basically what you're saying to me is, if this doesn't work, you're right back where you started from. Okay, so let's just breathe into that. Because we tend, myself included, and I've coached so many of you guys over the last year or two, we tend to walk around like chickens with our heads cut off. And I say this with total love for every single one of us. And we're afraid, we're afraid of things just being how they were, or us just having to, do something different.
Totally true.
Or we're just afraid of plan C or D or E, which we really don't want to do, but it wouldn't kill us. So I presence that because it's a game-changing strategy, I'll be honest, to every single morning deconstruct the whole dream in your mind, look at the worst case scenario, and look at it and face it and go, if that happens, I'll deal with it. And now I'm gonna frickin' balls out toward my dream. Because if we don't look the fear in its face for what it actually is, it owns us and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So literally in my mind, almost every morning, I literally, like on my way to work, on my morning run, on my morning swim, in my mind, I'll go, well, if my business doesn't work and I take the whole thing apart, here's what would happen, and here's what my options would be. And if I completely ran out of money, here are the people that would probably let me sleep on their couch for a few months. And here's what I could sell this and I could sell that, and I'd make a little money that way. And, you know, it's freaking liberating by the time I do that. And then, you know, I unhook myself from all the responsibility and all the what ifs and all the pressure to make sure blah, 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 my team gets paid. I feel liberated, and I can go about my business of dreaming about what video I want to make next for you guys, or dreaming about how I want to film my September event in San Diego. And the creative energy starts flowing again. So I just remind you guys, my spiritual teacher years ago told me, if you want to be successful as hell, you've got to burn the dream down every single morning in your imagination. Burn it down. Do not let it own you. And so, sweetheart, I'm just here to tell you, like, I'm looking at a woman who's innovative. You just said to me, you are in such a different place now than where you were then. And you have a whole community of women and coaches and mentors around you all year long for if you start getting derailed, if you do another speaking gig and not as many people show up as you want. We are here to adjust you every single step of the way. How does that feel?
It feels really good. And it's really helpful what you said about the looking the fear in the face, because I think when that gets overwhelming, then I shut down. If I can just realize, like, I'll handle it, then I can relax.
Yeah. And it's going to be a great strategy to teach your clients.
Yes.
Yes. Yay. I'm excited for you. And I'm going to recommend that you keep chewing on what would it be like to just charge $9.97 a month. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but what would that look like, feel like, smell like? And in order to get your 5 new clients a month, speaking gigs.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Yes. And I would invite you to take the word trying out of your sentence.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
You're doing it, and we've got you, and we're here to keep coaching you on the Facebook. And you know, my coaches, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my coaches are freaking on that Facebook group, like, you know, stevia I don't know if you guys love stevia, but it's my new favorite sweetener, right? They are on that Facebook group like bees to honey. Like, they've got you. They're trained by me. I'm meeting with them every week. You know, they have all the same strategies that I have at the top of their minds for you guys. So we've got you. And when's your next speaking gig gonna be?
June 2nd at a yoga studio.
Okay, so let's go full out. Let's put 10, 15, 20, 25 people in that room between here and there. That's your only job. When you guys find yourself in fear, right? And we're going to be talking a lot more this summer at the retreat around what are the strategies to get 3 months of living expenses and operating expenses in the bank, 6 months of operating expenses in the bank, so that you can walk through the world knowing that if shit hits the fan, you're good. You know, like, I'm a big believer in 6 months of operating expenses, like cash ready if I needed it, right? Because these businesses they're not big steam engines. Like I said, they're performance troops. You guys want to we're going to be helping you create your own financial security for yourselves this year. But in the meantime, to really focus on, like, going all in on your speaking engagements. Go all in on those. You got this.
Thanks. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Don't forget to exercise. Working out helps to clear the energy. Give her a kiss. Mwah. All right. Beautiful coaching. Strong, powerful. How about Leah? Hi, Leah. What you got?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay. Thanks for choosing me. So I actually really got a lot out of Tracy's. But I'm trying to separate myself more than I realized I needed to from my office. Like, I am hiring an office manager, but I keep getting, when I'm pulled out of my clinic and I'm starting this new business and I have no clients, I'm starting from scratch, I feel like I keep getting these hurdles thrown at me, or I come up against hurdles. And I get what you're saying at the very beginning, which I love, like this stuff's going to come in your way. And that's like you were talking about the people that you seek out when you feel some sort of resistance or you're not really in alignment with them, but then you move into that, you lean into that because that's probably the person that you need to talk to. So things keep coming up from me, like I didn't do the video last week, or, you know, something gets thrown in my way. But my, just like with Tracy, my bread and butter that affords me the ability to do all of this is my office. So here's
what do you do at that office?
Well, I have transitioned out of I'm more the visionary of the office, but I'm also really the office manager when I looked at everything I was doing. So I'm hiring for that position, and it's more of an office manager, COO. So,
and what happens at this mysterious office?
I'm sorry. It's a chiropractic clinic.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Chiropractic, massage therapist.
Great.
Spinal decompression.
And are you a chiropractor?
Yes.
Yes, but you're wanting to transition out of chiropractic.
Correct. And so I'm even listening at this, you know, I'm like, oh, I can do my signature talk in my own office. We have talks there, like 4 talks a month. But my signature talk is I talk about the fact that I hit burnout, rock bottom, couldn't work in my practice anymore because of pain. And it's a physical practice. We do, you know, chiropractic, but it's also supplements, etc. So I'm talking about using meditation for women, especially healthcare providers, and their patients that are burnt out, overwhelmed, stressed out, and using this as a way to decrease their energy, get back to health. So I'm a little bit almost like worried about giving this talk, I guess, in my office, even though it's an easy place to start because of maybe don't want to be that personal with my patients.
So here's the thing about being really vulnerable in front of the people that are paying us.
Okay.
Trust me when I say I know a thing or two about this.
Okay. Okay.
They love you more.
Okay.
They don't lose faith in you because you have stories of when the shit hit the fan and everything fell apart and you had to learn how to put it back together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's a story of what happened before. And now you're standing in front of them as the woman I see now.
Mm-hmm.
And for none of our lives are perfect. Guess what? This is life. Life is in session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the sun rises in the morning and the sun sets at night and then it's dark all night long, right? Like the yin and the yang, like welcome to life, right? Like we are all walking through stuff, right? Like life is going to keep throwing stuff in all of our paths.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're all going to keep getting thrown under the bus. Like it's just welcome to life. Like that's what we signed up for. That's what our soul signed up for.
Okay.
So, you know, so for every single one of us to remember, like that's what we're going through. That's what they're going through.
Okay.
And to get in right relationship with our message, I find that this is a really healthy phrase to kind of commit to memory.
Okay.
I say this to myself, I'm in right relationship with my message. Like,
okay.
You know, I'm not trying to be Oprah and Tony Robbins and Brene Brown and Elizabeth Gilbert and Hillary Clinton all wrapped into one every single day.
Okay.
Like I'm just Sage Levine. Like my job today is to train my couple hundred of amazing women business owners. That's my only job. All I can do is my best. This is a mindset thing, right? It's like your gift is knowing what to do when you start to burn out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to have to talk about it.
Okay.
And trust me when I say like the most nervous I've ever been for a speaking engagement is when I got asked to speak at my local church.
Okay.
Or at my TEDx talk when my entire family was there. Right? Like I totally raise your hand if you get more scared to speak in front of people you know. Like give me a room full of strangers. I'd rather have a room full of strangers any day, right? But guess what? Like you can't go be a leader in one corner of your life and ignore the other corner of your life. It just doesn't work that way. That's actually the thing about visibility. Visibility is just visibility. Like breathe into your own willingness to be visible. Leverage doesn't come from segmenting your life. Leverage comes from rising up and saying, I am here to be a leader, an imperfect leader everywhere. Because none of us are perfect. You know, I love Brene Brown's ability to pave the path in that way. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to tell your burnout story at your clinic. Like, it's okay. Some of your patients might have even watched you go through that, and here you are still standing tall, right? You didn't sell that thing, and you didn't disappear and move to the jungle of Costa Rica.
No.
which is what I'm doing next week, but don't worry, I'm only going for 2 weeks. I'll be back.
Awesome. So strategically to put I could email my list and just put a talk together, or I have the talk quickly, but should I do like a 6-week ramp up because it's sort of a newer thing in our office, or?
So it's ideal to just start promoting a local talk like that, literally just a couple weeks before.
Okay.
Right? Because when you think about it, when people are like, if you are going to commit to going to something locally,
top of mind.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too far out, because you're like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing at the end of June yet. It's only mid-May, right?
Okay.
But I mean, we know the big things, but right, like you can promote a 2-hour signature talk 6 weeks before, but the most effective time to promote is between like a week to 2 weeks ahead.
Okay.
Because not only are you looking for how many people sign up, but you're looking for how many people show up. So write this down. When you guys promote signature talks, that key window of starting to promote is like between a week and to maybe 2.5 weeks ahead of time.
Okay.
And when you're promoting something online, it's more like 2 to 10 days ahead of time. Like people will show up more for something that you promote online like 3 days before it actually happens. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because when people sign up for something online and it's 2 weeks away, it's very easy to just forget that it's happening or forget why you even signed up. And then your day gets busy and you're like, I don't remember why I even signed up for this.
Yeah.
Right. So those are kind of the windows. So I would just get it on the calendar.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So you're gonna do it. What's the title of the talk going to be?
The energetic adjustment.
I think we can do better.
Okay. I can tell by your face.
Do you guys think we can do better? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that as a subtitle.
Okay.
The subtitle could be like the ultimate formula for your own energetic adjustment or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
But I'd like to have the title be something like the burnout solution or the stress solution. I'm seeing nods. Like we have to remember that people are investing with their time.
Oh, for sure.
And everybody knows that time is the most important commodity. People know that, right? They're like, oh, they're always buying, like, what's the most effective thing I can do with my time, right? So that's why we want these titles, the top marketing titles, to be really attention grabbing and hot and clear, 12-year-old language.
Okay.
I like that for you.
Okay, great. So the burnout solution or stress solution?
The burnout solution, the ultimate energetic adjustment, learn to give yourself the ultimate energetic adjustment.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Love.
And the big letters, when you promote this, the big letters are the burnout solution, capital letters, or, make a little graphic that's like, the burnout solution live Thursday night, right? Whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You go, girl. Give her a kiss. Love. For how many of you guys is it helpful to hear that being vulnerable will help your people actually respect you more? Raise your hand if you know that's true. And it's just also right. Like, it's true, right? And then we have to give ourselves permission to be that one that's willing. And that's not always easy. So I'm glad you guys are asking for support. Okay. Kira, what you got?
Hi, thank you. So my burning question this week, last week on the call, you said I needed money right away and I sold a few VIP days. Mm-hmm. So is a VIP day, how do I create one and sell one like now tomorrow.
Okay, so there's a few benefits of VIP days, and some of those include and I'll get you guys a training that I did on how to sell VIP days. I actually did a training a couple years ago. Oh, here it is. I actually already got you guys this. Check this out. I'm going to be your best friend. Ha ha ha. If you go into the library, there's a whole training call and intake form and format on how to lead VIP days. So just head over to your library and you'll get the whole Sage download. But the benefit of having VIP days in your toolbox is something you can sell, is that you can get them done really quickly and you can get clients results really quickly. And you don't have to fill a group program, right? Like it's kind of a faster thing. So you want to be thinking about, Kira, remind me, how do you help people?
I help healers and entrepreneurs master their energy to unleash their gifts and stay on top of their game.
So this could be like a mindset day for entrepreneurs. I'm also a little just curious about honing in that niche. How many clients do you have now?
Well, I have one full paying client, and then I sell a few standalone sessions a week. I have a few recurring clients that are coming back regularly, purchasing individual sessions, but not signing up for the program yet.
What's the biggest result that you provide?
You know what? The biggest result, and this is actually very insightful of you, I've been struggling with this. So my result that I give people is healing trauma, getting in touch with their true self, and finding their voice, I guess. The trauma healing seems to be what most people are coming to me with, and I realized I'm not speaking to that in my message at all. So I'm trying to figure out how to pull all of these things together. And
really, so let's just do a quick little experiment for any of you guys. Raise your hand if you have a little bit of like a divided niche, or you have more than one group that you're kind of interested in serving. So let's just go ahead and play this out for every single one of you. So just imagine for a moment, take a breath, let everything else kind of fall away. Imagine for a moment that I could give you a room full of entrepreneurs, and doesn't matter, you're gonna walk out of this room making $50,000. A room full of entrepreneurs. Just notice what happens to your energy. And then imagine for a moment that I gave you a room full of healers and you're helping them with the healing arts stuff. They're just healers. You're in the healer conversation, helping them be more powerful healers. And you're going to make $50,000 with that room full of healers. And for those of you that are going with me, imagine these rooms full of your different clients, and you're going to make great money no matter what. And then in this third room, there's a room full of people who they all recognize they just need to transform their trauma. That's the only thing that makes them similar. Some might be entrepreneurs, some might be healers, some might be stay-at-home moms, but they want to transform their trauma. That's why they're there. And you're going to make $50,000. Which room lights up your energy the most? Just without thinking about it too much.
I'm finding myself having a hard time believing. I think my calling is the healing trauma, and I'm having a hard time believing that I can walk away with $50,000 from that. And I'm like in the midst of my own trauma right now. 2 weeks ago, I lost my little sister, and last week I went into like a week-long flu, and I'm just like, I know I stepped into this in my life, and life shows up, right?
Yeah, good, sweetheart. Let's all put our hands on our hearts for Kira right now. Am I saying your name right?
You are, thank you.
What was your sister's name?
Teva.
Teva?
Teva with a T. T-E-V-A. Teva.
Teva. I'm so, so, so sorry. So sorry that you walked through that loss. That's a big one, sweetheart. It's a big one. Let's just take a breath into the grief that we all walk through in this life, this fragile, delicate life. And let's give Teva a kiss. Mwah. And then pull that energy down and just imagine Kira taking all that energy and just grounding Kira, just grounding her in the divine right pace for her business right now. Because what I know is that when you go through a loss like that, right, you need to be like even more gentle with yourself than you already need to be as an entrepreneur who's scaling her business. I mean, here's the thing about growing a business is that you've got to be so gentle with yourself when you're growing a business. And now you're working with a major loss on top of that. So your big assignment right now is gentle, 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 pace yourself. And what I've seen is that having one foot in your business can actually save your life. I've seen it happen with clients who have gone through breast cancer. I saw it happen with Keisha last year when her body was breaking down and she lost her father. You know, the little bit of time she would spend on her business and the time she would show up for clients were her most joyous hours of the week. And you have to make time to grieve.
And I don't have a lot to fall back on, so I have to keep moving forward. It's like, oh.
I'm just curious what it would be like to do a workshop on grief. It may be a little fresh, but it would be seriously bold. And if I was grieving and I got to come learn from you and I knew that you were actually in the process of grief and sharing about it, it would be game changing for me.
Wow.
It's just an option. And there's a lot of other options.
Yeah, I like it. So back to the VIP day, is this something
Yeah, you could have a grief breakthrough VIP day. But here's the thing.
This be something though, I've been building my business entirely online for the last year, and I'm really excited to get into local speaking and into my community more.
And who's
right now I've been building my following online. So
and who's paying attention to you, the entrepreneurs and the healers?
People, for the last year, I've been focusing on helping healers unleash their gifts.
Great.
That's so I've been mostly, and then I got frustrated. I started adding in the entrepreneurs staying on top of their game because I was attracting a lot of people who know they're a healer and aren't there yet, who are really lost. And I was not attracting people that were able to pay for my services. And it may be just how I was approaching it, and not that I need to change my niche.
Well, here's the thing. We're all going to have people tell us they can't afford our services. Every single one of us. We're all going to have that happen. And it's not a matter of whether that happens or not. I mean, you may have not had that happen, but chances are your business is not that big yet. So it's really a matter of not will that happen, but it's a matter of where does the conversation go once that does happen, and how am I helping that person see the value? So if you haven't listened to the I Can't Afford It training call yet, that's actually one of the calls that you may want to go grab sooner than later in your library. It's called I Can't Afford It, and it's in there waiting for you. It's just the whole training call on how to handle that objection. And I got into that lesson a little bit on the VIP day. And if you guys haven't gone back and listened to the VIP day, the core curriculum, 10 ways to get new clients, if you haven't listened to those recordings, be sure to do that. But for you, Kira, the entrepreneurs and the healers that are already paying attention to you are absolutely a possibility for like your lowest hanging fruit for a VIP day. And one of the ways that you would make that option available is you would make a video, get the message out on the internet that you're doing like a wealthy healer breakthrough session, right? Or something like that, some kind of a, something that you know healers want, a clarify your gifts breakthrough session, right? And you would do those breakthrough sessions with healers and entrepreneurs, and you would offer them a VIP day. But I want to be honest when I say that it's not that VIP days are easier to sell. It's just that it can be a great influx of quick cash. But we want to always be looking at what the real gap is for every single one of you. And if you don't have as many clients as you want to have, trying to go sell VIP days can be a little bit like putting a Band-Aid on a hemorrhaging wound, because we want to be sure that you skill up in what it is that you actually offer and how you sell that and stand in the fire of this is valuable, I can help you get there. Mm-hmm. And so usually a VIP day, it's just a condensed version of your program, right? Like in my program, women come to me for a whole year and I teach them to build their tribe, and I teach them to nail their niche, and I teach them to, fill group programs, and I teach them to lead Facebook challenges. And somebody might come to me for a VIP day for one component of my program, and they want it in a very short amount of time. But the thing that I want to really be sure that you use your coaching sessions with your coach and this program to keep practicing and keep getting clear on is, what is the thing that Kira provides that she knows is valuable, that she can stand in the fire with a healer or an entrepreneur who's not clear on their gifts yet, and be able to confidently stand in the certainty of, yes, right? I understand that, like, you might not have the money available to you right now, but I'm curious, like, what would it be worth it to you? What would make it worth it to you to take a risk and find a way to invest in support like this? Like, what would you want to get out of that experience with me? Because when people are not on purpose in their lives and their businesses, when they're not making the kind of money they want to make, when they're not clear on what they have to offer the world, it's a pain point. And it's been a pain point for you. And it's a pain point that people will solve. They will find the money. You found the money, and so did 125 other women in leverage this year found the money, right? So I'm going to invite you to actually start with some of the basics. Go listen to the training in the library on building out your marketable program so that you can get really clear on the value that you offer, because you are hella valuable. You are a woman who knows how to walk through darkness and lightness. I would even go so far as to say you're a shadow walker. You have some very deep gifts. And that's actually where the people that you're talking to, that's where their gifts are going to be buried, in their own shadow. And you're not afraid to go in there with them. Is what it's what I'm picking up from you.
Yeah.
So let's make sure that we stay grounded in these next few weeks, and that we get you the fundamentals in place. Your job is groundedness, fundamentals, building that strong foundation, getting really clear with your coach. Who's your coach?
Deborah.
Deborah's going to be perfect at this. She's amazing. She's a very deep healer herself. Get another session on the calendar with her and really practice talking to her about what you know you can provide for your clients. Clarity on their gifts. And I agree with you that it's right now, it might not be the time for a niche switch. You've got some equity built up with these healers and these entrepreneurs. You help people get clear on what their gifts are. Have you read the book True Purpose by Tim Kelly?
No.
I used that book and the exercises in that book to build a 6-figure practice helping people get clear on their life purpose. It was a big part of my motivation for starting my first business.
Awesome.
You got this. I would also host a signature talk somewhere in your area. 3 keys to clarify your life purpose, 3 keys to clarify your gift and bring it to the world, 3 keys to clarify your purpose and make money living it, something like that. People will pay to have that problem solved. But you've got to be honest enough about what it feels like to be lost month after month after month, because it's painful. People don't want to be there anymore. People will pay to have that problem solved.
Yeah, that's what I need to focus on, is how to convey the pain points.
Yes.
I'm focusing all of my talking on what the results are and how wonderful the results are, and it's hard for me to go back.
Do a poll on Facebook. For those of you who, when you're feeling confused about your purpose, what is your mind telling you? Post below. Get some feedback. That's one of the things I love about social media for potential client interviews. You can get so much information by doing polls on Facebook. Right? Yep. You got this. You've got something very marketable sitting right there in the palm of your hand. And Tiva is with you every step of the way. Did I say her name right?
Teva.
Teva. That was the ultimate slaughter. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the shoe, not the girl.
Teva.
Teva.
She's with you every step of the way.
Thank you.
You got this. Let's give Kira a huge kiss. Mwah. Yep, beautiful, sweetheart. Beautiful. Keep going. Your clients are waiting, I promise. Lisa Stamper, how about you, sweetness? Did you unmute yourself?
Yes, I just did. I'm sorry, I'm battling a flu, but I'm still showing up.
I love that you're here.
Okay, great. So my thing is I have a lot of stuff going on. So my niche is helping people who are overwhelmed and depleted get their energy and vitality back. But here's the thing, and it got really reaffirmed to me last night. I have like crazy intuitive abilities, and I'm able to really help people in that aspect. And I have a program called Your Most Extraordinary Life. And what it does is it helps people get unstuck and puts them back in touch with their true selves, with the truth of who they are. And it goes through a process of what needs to happen so they can live their best life. But I'm feeling, I don't know what to do a signature talk on. Like I've done one before of like I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life. I've hit rock bottom and come out of it by listening to my intuition. Like it saved my life. I've done talks about that. It was called Listen, Lisa. And there was another one that I did that was LEV Lead. And that was when my dad was killed. I went to the courthouse and faced the man who was responsible for his death, but I blessed him. So I don't know. I'm feeling stuck at what to do my signature talk on because I have so many.
You have so much depth and wisdom to offer. I'm really excited for you. So you could absolutely do a talk on Live Your Best Life. Where are you located?
In Kitchener, Ontario, in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could work really well in Canada.
Okay.
Because coaching is, coaching in California, a little saturated. A talk on living your best life in San Francisco might not get that much attention. But when I do talks like that in the Midwest, I did really well. I did a talk on leading a purposeful, passionate life at a library in the Midwest a couple years ago and had 40 people show up. So I think it could work really well in Canada. 3 keys to live your best life.
Okay.
Now, the the one thing that you're going to want to think about is, how big's your list?
So my list is, it's just about 500 people on email, but then I have a huge social media following, and something crazy has happened, and a bit crazy amazing, because I believe in synchronicity. And I just want to speak to, when you show up for your business, when you show up and you commit. Since I committed to this, and I did another training with Gabby Bernstein in October, like, my business exploded then. And since signing up with you, Sage, like, now I'm getting like 5,000 views. Like, it's crazy to me.
And you're making videos on living your best life, right?
No, I'm giving free, I'm actually doing free angel card readings. Like, so it's
that's cool.
It's guidance for the week that can help people out. So,
That's
but
cool.
I'm just doing that to give back because I love it so much.
Well, people want it. I mean, Rachel Cooley is our beloved angel practitioner, and she's here somewhere, and she is in leverage with you, and she's finding the same thing. People want to be in touch with their guidance systems. They want to be in touch with the angels, you know, priestess trainings, you know, these metaphysical tools. You know, our graduate client, Hannah V, you know, has just been rocking it with the niche around, you know, extraterrestrial contact and what it is to access wisdom from other dimensions and use that wisdom to help you clarify your purpose. Like, people are hungry for the deep spiritual connection when you can find a niche within that, realm. You know, people oftentimes ask me about Gabby and how she got started. And I've been watching Gabby. I got to hang out with her at the Hay House. You know, we've shared the stage at Hay House conferences a couple times. And, you know, Gabby really launched her business at a time when it was possible to be a little bit more general. You know, Gabby, she gathered up her tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, you know, 10 years ago when the coaching industry wasn't what it is now. Right? If Gabby was starting out now, she would likely be really honing in on some aspect of law of attraction, some very specific aspect of that, in order to start acquiring that following. And then she can, of course, do the same thing that Tony Robbins did, that Wayne Dyer did, that Brene Brown did, that we all, you know, that everybody does, which is grow into a larger message, a thought leader message. But for you, I want to just keep really asking you, what is your micro niche?
Yeah, and that's what I want to get clear on, because what I really do is help people tap back into their intuition and their innate wisdom. Like, that's essentially, because that's what happened for me once I learned. Like,
and again, the way that part of the way that we get clear on this is we throw some stuff out into the world and we see what sticks. That's how we get clear. So I would recommend doing a talk on, you know, the 3 steps to trust your intuition, the 4 pillars of, you know, trusting your innate wisdom, right? Something like that.
Okay.
And you could even do a poll where you come up with a few titles around trusting your inner guidance, making quick decisions. You could come up with a few titles and test those out. I really want to encourage you guys. One of the things I'm going to be doing as we wrap up the call here is I'm going to be putting a big stake in the ground for how we support each other moving forward as leverage sisters. And one of the ways that we can all go so much further this year is by doing polls in the leverage page and giving each other top-notch feedback, voting on each other's titles. And when you guys are launching your Facebook groups, and when you guys are posting on social media, and when you guys are putting up videos, to ask this group to comment and go join my Facebook group and go comment on my will you please go comment on my video, because social proof is one of the fastest ways to getting a little bit more credibility, a little bit more momentum on the internet. Are you guys picking up what I'm laying down? So raise your hand. Who here is willing to be generous when your sisters ask for something like that, right? So that is one of the most valuable things we can do for each other. It's one of the big assets that we have, being a part of a group like this all year long, who's not just saying, we're not just saying we're behind each other, we actually are. And, you know, most of us are going to be together in person in a couple, just like 8 short weeks in person, really going deep together. So I'm going to recommend that you do a poll with some signature talk titles, and literally choose one in the next week or so, and then just get something out there in terms of your next signature talk. Go take it for a test drive.
Okay.
That's going to be the real, you know, the real test right there, and you're going to have a blast doing it because you're so talented.
Thank you. Here's the thing that I just wanted to point out. So I made like an opt-in, like my free gift, like a year ago, and it was sign up and get 3 videos to trust, like, I don't know, it was better than that, but like it's like to trust your intuition, and I didn't get any traction with them. But are you saying like that's what my signature talk could be?
Yes, because I don't know, you did some videos on 3 keys to trust your intuition. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
And did you have affiliates promoting them? Did you run traffic to it? Like, did you?
No, it was just like my opt-in for my email list.
Right. So I just want to you know, we'll be talking about all of the strategies to get visibility on your web pages next month. And a lot of the information is already in your library. You know, go listen to the training call on websites. But when you guys put up pages on the internet, and there's no plan about how to get people there, it's kind of like building a restaurant in the middle of the desert with no roads going to the restaurant. Like, there would be a restaurant in the middle of the desert and nobody would know it was there. So I want to be sure that you guys don't make a decision about whether something's marketable or not if you haven't done the proper steps to actually market it. So that's one of the reasons why doing a signature talk is such a great way to test a message, because we know how to get people to a signature talk. If we post it on Facebook, if we invite people as a Facebook event, if we call up a few friends and say, do you know anybody that would want to come to this talk? Put it on Craigslist, put it in your local paper, right? Those actions don't take a lot of time, but when you do those things, people are either going to come or not come, and that's going to also tell us. But when you guys put up signature talk titles in the leverage page, this is a group that will be honest with each other. If you would not attend the talk, don't vote on it. Instead, give it a comment about what would make you come, and for you to actually say, would you guys attend a talk on learning how to trust your intuition, and what would you want to learn? Because there was a time in my life when I absolutely would have attended that talk. Let's just do a quick show of hands. Was there a time in your life when you would have attended a talk on how to learn to use your intuition to make major life decisions? And maybe that's a little bit hotter, Lisa, trusting your intuition to make major life decisions. That way you bring in the practical.
And that's another thing. I love teaching about the practical.
Well, you are very practical, I can tell, just by talking, you know, just by getting to know you. You're very practical.
Yeah. And I love talking about energy and also teaching. This is another thing, because I have so many ideas. I love teaching people that they have to take care of their energy field.
Well, that's going to be a part of what you teach.
Oh, perfect.
Energetic maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be one of your 3 keys right there.
Okay, perfect. That's amazing.
I'm excited for you. Let's take this for a test drive.
Thank you.
3 keys to master using intuition to make major life decisions. Kiss for you. Mwah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Yvonne, I see that your hand is up. Where did you go?
I'm here.
Yvonne, there you are. Hi, cutie pie.
Hi. I have a quick question. You've mentioned several times about doing signature talks in a place like a spa or a salon or something like that. And I always envision that as being a very small, maybe restricted space area. And my signature talk is about a little over an hour long. I've booked 2-hour sessions, and I'm just wondering, when you're talking about those smaller venues, are you still envisioning that we would be doing a full-on 2-hour signature talk? Or
absolutely. And what I mean when I start throwing out these places is like find a place. You know what I mean? Like find a venue. And in our community in the Bay Area, we have day spas that have big waiting rooms that you can fit 20 people in, right? Like I've been in several. So, you know, for some of you guys, libraries are working. For some of you guys, getting in front of networking groups are working. Like really, this is going to be dependent on you and your community and who you know and your warm network. And so absolutely, Yvonne, get out there in your network, in your community, and find the venues that work for you. And as we've grown, then yeah, we've had to sometimes rent small performance halls and things like that. So it does, you know, it's less important the venue and more important that you feel comfortable there. And it's also super leveraged when you guys can use a venue that you know has a following, like people like to go to that venue anyway. And so your event is going to potentially be better attended because people want to be there. So we want to invite you guys to speak at yoga centers and, you know, wherever you can get connections and wherever you can book talks, to be doing that in addition to all of the online stuff that you're starting to do. And then next month we're diving, you know, all the way into exactly how to get those funnels up online. And I know some of you guys are already fiddling with your funnels and having fun with that.
Yeah. One quick follow-up question. Would you ever do something that was, say, less than a 2-hour talk?
Sure.
In a smaller format?
Absolutely. I mean, I've literally done 10-minute talks at like, if like however long somebody's going to give me the stage for, if it's a group that's gathered, I'll take it. I'll take 2 minutes. I'll take 10 minutes. Give me what you got. And I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to rock that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Thanks.
100%. But here's what I will say is that between 90 minutes to 2 hours is the most effective amount of time to really get people enough content to have them super warmed up for your discovery session. Does that make sense? Like if you're renting the space and you're putting on makeup and you're gonna put 10 people in a room or 3 people in a room, it doesn't matter. Like, why not go for a couple of hours so that you can really build that intimacy?
Sure.
The psychology of the 2 hours is not, it's also, you know, it's beta tested. It's what we've tested, but that's the amount of time that you need to be able to really get people's voices in, to be able to have conversations with some of them, right? Like when you think about these leverage calls, they're 2 hours long. And by the time we're done, you guys really get a sense of who's on the call and what questions you have and what the pain points are. And that's what you're wanting to flush out at these talks so that they really see the value of investing. Is that helpful?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Cool. Remember that signature talk template is like kind of a masterpiece. I mean, when you guys follow that signature talk template and you plug your own content in there and really use some of those phrases that we've put in there very deliberately, that template converts. Like literally, my students have made collectively millions of dollars just trusting and leaning into that signature talk template, okay? All right, awesome. One more kiss for Yvonne. Mwah. Hey, Obsidian, how are you? Good to see you.
Well, hello, Sage. Hello, Leverage Sisters. So really just piggybacking really quickly on what you said about the signature talk. I followed that template and did a live video on my Facebook group page following that exact same format. And it was the most successful live video I've ever done. And it was really cool to create that intimacy. So I'm really using that. And what I'm working on launching in this next month is a membership site. I have a group of like 300 women that are ready to jump in. And basically what I'm offering in this membership site is 2 monthly virtual women circles, a subscription box, and a private healing session with myself or one of my 2 teammates. And so what I'm really curious on is how in this next month can I blast this membership and get people to invest $100 a month. They're already paying $33 for drop-in virtual circles. So there's value around it. They're receiving the value. And
awesome. So let me just get clear on a couple of things. So You have 300 women paying the 33 for the drop-in.
They're not 33 of them. Like they're active in my group, but we get an average of 5 women paying about $33 for the online virtual circles right now.
Okay. And how big is your Facebook group?
My Facebook group, there's about 300 women in there active. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Active.
Okay, great. And then, do you have a mailing list?
I have a mailing list. There's about 200 people on there. I haven't inserted so much of it. I have a huge Instagram following of like 10,000 people. So that's where I get a lot of people interested in my stuff too.
Awesome. Okay. So let me, are you open to just total blunt coaching?
Yeah, please.
So I want to just be sure that we match the business model to the level of business, because here's what I've seen happen when women launch a membership level too soon. So what I've seen happen, and I'm seeing some people nodding, I've literally had, I can tell you my client 2 years ago, Kate, she's amazing. You're a rock star, by the way. Your business is going to be as big as you want it to be. You're going to have a membership program, whether you do it now or later, it's all there for you. But one of the things I'm really passionate about is having you guys not blow out, because like my client, Kate, 2 years ago launched membership. She ended up having 40 people paying her $100 a month, and she worked her butt off for 6 months to get to those 40 people. And then every month, 5 to 8 of them are dropping out, and she's having to replace them. And she's working to collect these, this average of 40 to 50 people. So she's only making, do the math, $4,000 to $5,000 a month. She can barely afford client care. As soon as people are paying $100 a month, they're emailing in. They want responses within 24 hours. It was a shit show, and she's not the only story that's like that. And so I just, I've been at this, a decade and a half, and that's one of the reasons why we recommend that you guys make sure that you have the budget and the following to launch membership. So I'm just curious, are you in a position where you have some money stashed to help you launch this, or do you kind of need to be making money fairly soon?
I have a savings account, but right now, I'm just starting from scratch, ready to basically.
Yeah. So the word on the streets in terms of the digital marketers of the world, the top digital marketers, I get to have conversations with Chris Carr and Gabby and Jeff Walker about these kinds of things. The word on the streets is that you're going to want to grow your actual subscriber list to more like 10,000 actual subscribers. And absolutely, your 10,000 person Instagram following is going to for sure support whatever you offer next. And I don't know how much you have in savings, but what I would consider as a possible pivot right now, just to stay open to this, is remind me how you teach people. You're in the healing niche, correct?
Yeah, so at the House of the Goddess, we basically, in a nutshell, teach women how to tap into the wisdom of their bodies and awaken the goddess within.
Yeah, awesome, beautiful. So, I'm just imagining if you launched a goddess certification program, getting more of the robust tools to actually get sort of the official training to be on that goddess path. I mean, here's the thing. Did you say you were going to give them a one-on-one healing session every single month for $100?
So I have 2 team members that are working for the House of the Goddess, and they are both Reiki Master. It would be 30 minutes. I mean, there's not really a time amount. It's just making sure that everybody in the membership gets individualized attention.
Right. I totally love that. But I'm just telling you, for $100 a month, you are overgiving straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I trust me when I say I know how these numbers work. You need a client care specialist. You're going to need tech support, technology. As soon as you have more than 100 or so users, your technology is sometimes going to go down and blow up. And, it just happens. Technology fritzes and handouts disappear from the membership site. And you've got to have the budget to maintain these programs. So I just want to protect you from having because this will slow you down, and what I'd rather have you do is go fast. So the way that I've seen these businesses build, and you know, this is how the top leaders in our industry started, to launch a higher level program first, to put 20 people in a program for $497 a month, a 6-month or 9-month or 12-month goddess training school. And then you get to give them the private coaching. You could do a retreat, right?
Sage, the challenge is just like, I'm so inspired by everything we're learning here at Leverage, and I want to launch in a one-on-one goddess coaching program with the membership, because I have tons of women that come to the circles and are interested and want to be in it, but can't afford. My coaching is $500 a month, so they can't afford one-on-one with me, and they still want to be in the tribe. They still want to receive healing. So the membership is just a great way for them to receive what they're looking for, but not do one-on-one.
Here's what I would do. I would absolutely have the goal of launching membership within 6 to 12 months. But if I were you, I would go all in on your business. How much money a month? How much money are you making right now per month?
About 2,000.
Okay, great. And how much do you want to be making?
Like 5,000.
Great. So here's what I would do. Trust me when I say I've studied this for 15 years. I've watched people go slow and I've watched people go fast. The sooner we can get you to 5,000 or 10,000 a month, the sooner you can launch your membership program, and you will have the support and the client care and the infrastructure and the technology to make it freaking awesome. I promise. But here's the problem is if you start taking care of the 30 or 40 people that you'll put in membership, now half of your energy is going to go there, and you're not going to have as much time to build your platform. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we've got 22,000 people in our Facebook group. And when we launch something in there, we make between $100,000 and $500,000, right? And that Facebook group is like always going to be one of our most valuable assets. And I'm just putting a stake in the ground that all of you guys have that, and that you guys all have groups that you grow over the next year or two into the thousands of people in your groups, right? Because the interaction and the feeling of community in your Facebook groups is so much more valuable than selling on Instagram. I mean, you can do, now that you're at 10,000 on Instagram, obviously you can do some stuff on Instagram that's going to make it really, really easy for you to get, pull clients off of Instagram. But let's just do the math. If you do these monthly trainings into a Facebook group, and you're rocking people's worlds and giving great content, then that 300-person Facebook group is going to become a 3,000-person Facebook group very quickly. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And if you're doing monthly trainings in there, and you're getting on the phone and having the conversations, like really robustly using the GROW model and really finding out why these women are dissatisfied in their life and what they're fed up with and what they're pissed about and what they're ready to like change yesterday. And you show them that the goddess path is the way to close the gaps in their relationships and their communication and their leadership and the ways that they're standing up for themselves and setting boundaries and creating the careers of their dreams. The right ones are going to be ready to invest $500 a month in your goddess training program. And all we need is 20 women. 20, that's it, 20 women. And you're at 6 figures. And now we're having a completely different conversation. Because in order for me to actually to really tell you how to put a couple hundred people in a membership program at $100 a month and actually keep them there, you really need a budget of like $40,000 or $50,000 to be able to run Instagram ads, run social media ads. You know, we do $500,000 launches every January in 1 month. We do a $500,000 launch, so I know what it takes. You know, we put 35,000, and I'm good at what I do, and I've got a really marketable niche. We put $35,000 of social media advertising minimum to be able to create those kinds of numbers.
Okay, so what do I do? Like, I have people that are signing up and paying $33 a month for these goddess circles now, and they want to continue to go to them and do them.
And are they virtual?
Yeah, right now they're virtual. I switched from doing in-person virtual.
Okay, awesome. Well, and how often do you do them?
Twice a month for new and full moons. So we have like one this Sunday. We had one 2 weeks ago.
And how many more months have you promised that?
Well, I was planning on launching my membership like in the beginning of June. I was going to do like a 10-day like launch thing. So I basically have been priming the ladies, like, you're just paying drop-ins right now. And when I have like all of my stuff together, which I've built all the structure, I have everything set up on my website. I have the.
And did you say, and how many people did you say are paying the 33?
Well, it varies. So our last circle, we had 5 women pay 33, and we're just like,
again, I just want to really name, like, we're talking about 5 people, right? So what if you actually, went to them and said, hey, I'm going all in on my Goddess School. Goddess School launches in June. And I want to talk to you guys individually about Goddess School. And if for some reason it's not a fit, we're going to actually be doing these once a month, complimentary. And I'm wondering if you'd help me get the word out. And that's, yeah. How does that feel?
It feels like after this call, I'm going to need to go on a walk, because I've been like.
I know, totally, right? Because I just basically turned your whole world upside down. Talk to Megan Neely. Megan came to me with the same idea, and I was like, okay, you can do that, but I'm a little afraid you're going to be like, limping along at $2,000 or $3,000 a month for the next 2 years and working 20 hours a week to take care of these people. And she like ate humble pie, and believe me, I have to eat humble pie sometimes when my coach coaches me. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then she like ate the pie, and she like took a hike or whatever she did, and then she went out a few months later and like made $120,000 in like 3 weeks. Yeah. So I so acknowledge you, Obsidian. You're a rock star. You're on fire. You're full of light. You have a big vision. And I want to be sure that we match the business strategy to your level of need right now. Mm-hmm. So we're with you all the way. We're with you no matter what you decide to do. And who's your coach?
Shayna is my coach.
Shayna's the best at this. Shayna's awesome at this. She will absolutely support you to make the decision. And, check out Marcella. She's a graduate of, she's in Leverage right now. And she's a graduate from Leverage and Lotus. And she came to me with a similar idea for a Priestess membership. Is she here? And she decided to do Priestess School instead. And yeah, oh, there she is. Marcella, are you here? Didn't once upon a time you thought about doing a lower price program, but you did your Priestess School, right?
Yeah, I started off with Goddess work 10 years ago, and the Priestess work showed up 5 years ago, and it anchored me in a whole other level. And I launched my 9-month program, $7,500 9-month Priestess Initiation Certification. 3 years ago. I'm finishing my 3rd year this month, and I'd be happy to talk to you about what has worked, what has not been in time.
That's so generous of you.
Yeah.
That's so generous of you, Marcella. Marcella, you're cutting out just a little bit, but yeah, she's been doing Priestess work, it sounds like, for 3 years. And then this last time she launched her 9-month Priestess training, I can't remember, Marcella, but you made like $75,000 or something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary, Sage. Yeah. Scary having to do this big pivot, but I trust you, so I'm gonna have to breathe in this.
Yeah, to really breathe into the value that you're offering and the breakthrough, because the other thing that happens, I think, Marcella, you could attest to this, and Marcella, welcome back from the island, by the way. I know Marcella has been moving back and forth to Hawaii, but what happens is you then have these 10 or 12 or 20 or 25 women who become like mavens of your message. Like they're so in because they're investing at such a high level, and they're having even bigger results because they have more time with you. And then when you go to launch membership in a year or 18 months, when you go to launch that lower level program, you're just gonna crush it. Marcella, do you want to say something else about that?
Yeah, and I'm getting it more and more. The level of investment starts to match the level of transformation. Mm-hmm. And this last cycle completely blew my reality out of the water. And I I'm doing less and less lower end investment from this point forward because of the transformation that's coming through when these women are, their asses on the line, they're super invested, and they're so committed because of that.
And it's so cool because when either of you launch membership into a tribe that now has leaders, right? Like we're looking at launching membership in 2020. And when we launch membership and we're able to, you know, pull some of you guys, right? Like I'm able to pull, you know, Marcella and Elizabeth and all of you who are going to have amazing results this year. I'm able to pull you guys in and talk to my people in membership and let them see what's possible and have that whole community up behind the membership. Then the membership will go very quickly and we'll have hundreds of people sign up. And we did have membership years ago. We were up to about 200 paying members. And it was the least profitable thing I've ever done because I had to pay so much money to take care of all of them. And they were always dropping out. And then I had, you know, like, it's just because it's not a very big commitment every month. So they're not all the way in. So I want to just make sure that you have the team and the systems to support membership when you're ready to launch it. And Obsidian, I'm just imagining that you're going to provide so much value that as you get more and more clear, just like Marcella has and a lot of these women have, on what is possible when you fully walk this path, this goddess path, like $500 is a drop in the bucket. I mean, people spend $500 on healthcare every month. People spend $500 on toys. People, you know, loan their kid $500. It's just like, we're talking about $500 a month to change the course of your entire life. Yeah. So as you get more clear on that and stand more in the value of that, you're gonna rock this. And I heard Marcella say she'd be happy to hop on the phone with you, which is super generous, Marcella.
Thank you, Sage. Thank you, Marcella.
Oh, Marcella, did you want to say something?
Oh, just absolutely. I already have her.
Awesome. You're cutting out. You're cutting out, Marcella. Maybe turn off your video so we can hear you.
Does this help?
There you go.
Does that help a little?
Yeah.
Just saying that I already had my eye on Obsidian. I see her as a sister, and I see the work she's doing. So I'm excited to support.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah.
This is what we do in Leverage. And Marcella, just thank you so much for being a leader of that. Can we give a kiss to Marcella? Mwah. And a kiss to Obsidian? Mwah. Okay, so this tribe is freaking amazing. I think you guys are getting a sense of this. So right here, right now, it is time for you guys to go grab another buddy. If you haven't already grabbed another buddy, grabbed a practice buddy, started to get connected in this incredible tribe that we call Leverage, and to really step into this generosity-based community that you guys are participating in this year. So I am going to put up another buddy post for you guys so that you guys can keep making sure that you have practice buddies. And head over to the Leverage Facebook page, and that post has been pinned so that you guys can continue to connect. When you guys connect, I'm going to recommend that you use the buddy template and run your signature talk titles by each other and practice the grow conversation with each other and really commit to getting these signature talks on the calendar. There's a call out for practice buddies post here that you guys can use. I know there's some other comments underneath here, but we can just keep going on this thread because for some reason Facebook wasn't letting me post a new post. So keep posting. For those of you that have not hopped on the phone with somebody yet, keep posting and hop on the phone with somebody new this week so that you can do exactly what Obsidian and Marcella just did for each other to say like, hey, let's support each other at an even higher level, practice our signature talks with each other, practice our grow conversations with each other, practice our intros, practice our little video scripts with each other, get that feedback, get that witnessing, get that visibility, and then to start drafting out your goals. How many clients are you looking to move toward, and by what date are you looking? We're going to be taking a poll on your goals in a couple of weeks, next month on the training call. So between here and there, we're going to invite you to get really clear on, do you want a group program? Do you want the live event? Go back through that master plan handout and really look at the case studies and start to circle the different pieces of that master plan that are turning you on. I'm just curious, quick show of hands, how many of you guys are looking to do a 2 or 3 day enrollment event before the end of the year? Okay, about half of you are considering that. And how many of you guys are looking to do social media, Facebook videos, more social media videos? Okay, great. You guys are gonna love next month's training topic. Meanwhile, the library is full of information to get you going. Your coaches and I are on the Facebook page. I am going to be live on the bonus call tomorrow, helping you guys further claim your message and really clarify your message. And then I'm disappearing to Costa Rica for a couple of weeks to celebrate our $2.5 million launch and to go be a woman in the world, just like I'm going to encourage every single one of you to do at some point this year, to go celebrate your successes. I will be checking on you a couple of times from Costa Rica, and your coaches are all going to be daily with you on the page. We're so excited for everything that you're up to, because I promise you, from the depth of my heart, your ability to walk through this, all of the feelings of overwhelm and spinning out and so many choices and where do I begin? Like, your ability to keep sorting through, book the signature talks, make the videos, get your calendar out, get your coaching sessions booked, your ability to just hold your head high and walk through all of that is the degree to which you're going to be able to help your clients say yes to themselves by investing in your programs. You guys are already having successes. We're watching you already bond as a community, keep supporting each other. And I would love to hear, as we sign off here, what is your biggest thing that you're walking away with? Just unmute yourselves and share.
Clarity.
Inspiration.
Strength.
Focus.
Patience.
Focus. Focus.
Simplicity.
Okay. Generosity.
A couple of aha moments.
Clarity.
Take the next step.
Connection and tribe.
Beautiful. All right, beautiful women, be more gentle with yourselves than you think you need to be. That is the way to keep developing your grit, building these muscles. Do not go be a lone wolf. Promise me. Do not go lone wolf on me. Stay connected. If you're going through stuff, let us know on the Facebook page. Let us know what you're recommitted to. You are not alone. We are with you on this path. And I promise you, your clients are going through things that are harder than what you're going through. They're going through pain and self-hate. They're going through hard shit. And you've been called to be a leader at this time because the planet needs us. There's a lot of new energy on the planet supporting you right now. And just tap into the knowingness that you wouldn't be here if you hadn't been called. Like, why would you be sitting on this call anyway for 2 hours and 7 minutes if you hadn't been freaking called to be here? There's no accident that you're here. It's not your ego. It's not some random idea. There's something bigger than you calling you forth into this. And that something bigger is not going to leave you alone and abandoned. When you show up, when you step into these tools, I promise you, your clients are waiting. Go book the signature talks. Do not play small. Do not shrink and hide. Be visible. Put your stuff out there. Stop caring what people think about you, right? You are a leader. You get to show the world what it looks like when a strong woman goes out and says, I can help you with this thing. And I'm less concerned about what you think about me. I'm more concerned about actually helping you. Keep committing to the service of the people who are out there going through really hard stuff. That is what you're here for. Be here for them. Be here for them. Be here for them. That's what will pull you through all of the other stuff. We've got you. We love you. Big wahoo. And we'll see you tomorrow, probably on the niche clarity, the message clarity call. Big wahoo.